There's a lot of creators out there, you know.
Yeah.
Way too much to keep up with.
I mean, I'm gonna go on a tangent again. Sorry, but basically, how I came across all of this was for a while during the pandemic. I don't know if I'm not supposed to say that. Sorry if I'm not supposed to say that.
Go
I was
for it.
listening to
We're past
a
2
lot.
hours. You're fine.
We're in the safe space. I was listening to a lot of, I guess, political pungents. Is that the term for people that were talking about all the politics that were going
Yeah.
on and how
Yeah.
this is right and this is wrong and blah blah blah. And it was getting me really fired up. Like, man, this is this is bad. This is horrible. I'm getting sick. Why do you let us do this that? And then after a while, I just got tired
Uh-huh.
of being angry. I got tired
I'll
of
be
being.
right back.
It's like, oh,
Yeah.
James has vanished. I've chased him off. I am so boring. So I was like, after something, it's like, okay, we keep saying what the problem is. Why are we not fixing it? Like, very few of these pungents are like truly fixing it. They'll try to put in legislature, but nobody wants to support it because it isn't, for lack of better terms, it isn't cool. Because who has control of the culture?
The left.
Yeah.
Trying.
Not
And
just
then-
the left, the far left. Liberals
Yeah.
and most lefties are pretty cool. But the far left all got together, went on the internet and went, "Ree!" and everybody listened. Why? I don't know. But
I don't know.
The thing is with the left is that there's no end point. If you reach the goalpost, then you have to go to the next goalpost. There's not. We finally made it. Yay, we're done. That keeps moving and moving and moving and moving and moving, and it's each different person has their own thing, and part of it is they just want power. They'll give you anything that you want as long as they got the power.
Right now, this whole country's daisy chained to the will of a few.
Yep. I used to listen to Rush Limbaugh, and I had to quit because I just get like so enraged and infuriated and stuff. And
Well, yeah, and people like Limbaugh and stuff, they will tell you the problem, but they don't really have the best of solutions. Like, well, if we just go how things used to be, and it's like, no, you can't go back. It's just not how it works. You can't go back. You have to develop something new. I mean, you saw what happened with Gavin being on Friday Night Tights. Gavin clearly had a disconnect.
I couldn't finish that show. He was irritating
He
the hell out
didn't
of me.
get the whole importance of the comic books, of the movies, of the music. It's like, yeah, it might seem stupid, but that's what people
It's
gravitate
influence. It's a magnificent portion of
Shared
influence that is
experience.
aimed. It's a
Nobody-
magnificent portion of influence that is aimed towards developing generations. Like,
That's why
you know,
there's always
Yeah.
ads in comic books.
towards ads and everything.
like it used to be that like a bunch of us would go and we would watch the baseball game, and we go and talk about the baseball game and everything. I collected tons of baseball cards in high school and stuff. And then one year they said, well, we're not making enough money, so we're going to boycott playing. And so they went and did their thing. So there's no baseball to watch. So I went and did something else and filled my time with whatever the other stuff was. And whenever they finally came back, well, I'm sorry, I've got all this other stuff I'm working on. I'm no longer interested in your
Yeah.
thing anymore.
But ultimately, like I said, there's these people, the pungents would say, this is the problem. And I'm like, I agree that's the problem, but your solution really just isn't palatable. It's not gonna, you need to find some other way to show people like, no, this is
Yeah,
not
well-
okay. This is okay. Not just, how do I want to word it? Not just getting up there and listening to a very long, boring bill that's being pushed for office, because nobody's gonna understand that. Nobody's gonna
Yeah.
understand it.
But part of the problem, I guess, is the first part is we have to know and agree that there's a problem and
Yeah.
what the problem is. And I think that's one of the big things that a lot of the pundits can point to and say this is an issue.
Oh no,
But
I
you're-
think
you're
they're so
right.
important for that.
Yeah, where do we go from there? And that's one of the things where I think we all have to talk about it and figure out ways to do things and stuff. One of the things that I love the fact that Benny Johnson came on the next week on Friday Night Tights. I mean, I don't think I'd ever seen any of the shows before, but I went after Friday Night Tights. I went in and joined his thing. I've seen a couple of visits of his since then, and I'm like, wow, so on the Friday Night Tights, he held up a couple of his Star Wars figures that he had on right there on his desk.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
On his back shelves, he's got two separate shelves with other ones. I think he's got a Luke Skywalker one on one of them, and then he's got oh gosh, what was it? The pig guards in
Yeah.
In Jabba's palace.
yeah, in Jabba's palace. He's got one of those
Gamorreans, I
back
think they're
there.
called.
Yeah, the Gamorrean. And then he's got like Snaggletooth as well, and it's the original short one.
Yeah, and it's essentially after so many listen to the and be fair, I was watching Razorvis stuff. I was listening to him on his political stuff, and then he made the Iron Age video, and finally, finally, a rallying cry. Like we agreed, there's the problem. Now we are going forward, and then it just kind of trickled down from there for me. I'm like, oh look, there actually are people making stuff, and it's instantly accessible because of the internet. A good thing the internet has provided. Funny, I can actually go and read some of the stuff instantaneously. And eventually that's how I end up with Royce's stream, and that's how I'm here.
No, honesty, that's why we need Richards Magazine to succeed.
Yes.
Because right now there is no centralized hub where people can go and try to find these kind of works. It's scattered to the wind. It's near impossible to find. You might get lucky and stumble onto something, like you said. You stumbled on a racist stream. I stumbled on a racist stream on accident myself. I don't even know how, but it's just one of those things that independent authors do need a centralized place, because face it, we got shadow bans. We got, these guys aren't important, so we're going to push these guys, which, yay, gay Superman. We're gonna be, you want to see this Last of Us 2? No, we don't. But we have that stuff is so everywhere. It's hard to find the little nook in the corner of the people who are trying. But the more we gather as one, the more that attention Shad gets to his books. Then all of a sudden, Crazy's video showed up because Shad shared his video on his page, and then Matt Wrangler, and then it's just a stumbling effect. But we need to start gathering as one, or we don't stand any chance.